Good morning, everybody. It's Monday or Tuesday morning, October 21 at 9 a.m. And I hereby call the Transportation Committee meeting to order. Please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal present.
Caius,
Guys present.
Leonard,
Leonard here.
Williams.
Williams here.
I'm sorry, and Roth. Did he not show up? Okay, Doherty and Tepe. You have an in-person quorum.
Is Doherty here?
Is not sure. He has not showed up yet.
Okay. May I have request for approval of the minutes of September 16, 2025?
Mr. Chair, this is Caius. I would ask for unanimous consent for the approval of the minutes from September 16th, 2025.
Okay, any objection? Okay. That takes care of our minutes. Public comment? First, going to call up Rick Williams.
Blair, could you put those slides up, please? Jill Vandermeer, my neighbor down the road, talked about the intersection of Hughes Road and Fabian Parkway. I live down, well, it's not working now, Blair. So I live down on Hughes Road, and every day I have to make the left-hand turn eastbound on Fabian Parkway and literally take my life at risk. And, you know, it's gotten so bad that I've told my family to cut through Mill Creek certain times of the day. Last month, there was a very bad accident at this intersection, and the power pole was hit, and Mill Creek, a lot of Mill Creek lost power for several hours. So this is something that we're seeing more and more at this intersection. I know we don't have money, but this is a public safety issue, and I'm asking that we consider this. With the roundabout down the road at Fabian and Main Street, we're seeing more and more traffic coming down Fabian Parkway. The county is encouraging traffic to come down Fabian Parkway, and this intersection is just poorly aligned. If you go to the next slide, Blair. So this is the turn that I make every day heading westbound on Hughes. I have to turn left, you know, at a 130-degree angle. If you go to the next slide, Blair. This is just another view. When you're looking to the east, that's really the crest of a hill. So cars are coming over that crest about 55, 60, 70 miles an hour at times. So it's a very dangerous turn to make a left. If you go to the next slide, Blair. This is what you're looking at when you're looking to your right and that turn I just talked about. You're looking way over your shoulder. Your driver's side door is blocking the view. Cars are coming up to the east from Fabian Road, are on Fabian Road at a very high rate of speed. Again, very dangerous intersection. Blair, next slide. This is Fabian heading eastbound. Again, that's the intersection there where the accident occurred last month. Blair, next slide, please. I think that might be it. So again, I know we're tight on our budget. If we could find a way to do something with this intersection, it would be greatly appreciated to the residents that have to deal with this every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Jill Vandermeer, already there?
Vandermeer, and I live right across that intersection at Hughes and Fabian. So we are impacted by this, and we've lived at our house for 18 years, and I've never seen the traffic increase as quickly as we did with the roundabout. So we're seeing a lot more traffic. We're seeing a lot more cars on Hughes Road. And I know with the extra homes that Chodine will be building close to the train station in LaFox, that'll only impact us even more. We had 3 accidents and several more near misses. We had 3 within like 7 weeks over the summer. So every Saturday, I'm a huge gardener. I'm outside a lot. There's honking. There's tons of near misses going on. It is a very poor intersection. You cannot see, particularly because of the cornfield as well. I am proposing that it needs to come at a perpendicular to the intersection or moved, because the way it is right now, it's very difficult. And I also tell my children, please don't go straight there, always make a right. But even then, we often see people blow through the stop sign. It is, people are speeding often on Hughes as well when it's a curve to go straight. And so those are some of our concerns. Thank you.
Thank you. Steve Leffler.
Hey, everybody, Steve Leffler. I am so happy to see everybody here today. It was a little brisk coming here. I'm sure everybody else who rode their bike up here noticed that it was feeling good and brisk out there. And I've taken a pledge to not drive my car this month. And so far, thumbs up. I don't think we're gonna have any snow in the forecast, so I'll probably continue to do this. And I'm so happy to see everybody is here to finalize our raise on the gas tax by 5 cents so that we can fund our subway system and bike paths. Oh, maybe not. Okay, well, could we at least get a bike rack out front, please, so that folks who do choose to ride their bikes here have some place to park. Just squeeze that little tiny thing into your gaping hole of $6.5 million. I'm very sorry that that's the case. But seriously, if we could throw 3 cents onto the gas tax, that would take care of our transportation budget. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have for public comment. Next up on the agenda, I have the Metro Draft budget presentation, and I believe Mr. McMahon is here.
Good morning, Chairman Tepe. Good morning, members of the Transportation Committee. I am your appointee to the Metro Board and here to present our 2025 our presentation this year for our proposed 2026 Metro budget. So I have more detail, and I'll cover our proposed budget, our capital budget, some of the projects that are taking place across Kane County as well this morning. But really the big issue with public transportation is the funding transit bill that has been, that was passed out of the Senate in the spring session. The House did not pass a bill. I know they're looking at that in the veto session. But certainly that will have a big impact on not just Metro, but PACE, CTA, and regional public transit as well. I'll answer the questions that I can about that if you have that as I finish my presentation. But this morning, I'll talk about our budget. I'll talk about our new investment in rolling stock and our bridges and track. There's an update on the third mainline project here in Geneva, and then some of the other things going on across our region. We have proposed a $1.1 billion budget for 2026 that includes a RTA mandated increase in fares of at least 10% to help cover a projected $68 million shortfall in 2026. Our budget does not include any service cuts in 2026. But it also includes a $575 million capital plan that continues our investment in bridges, stations, new and rehabilitated rolling stock. So our locomotives, our train cars that move our passengers. Like CTA and PACE, we initially expected to be facing a much larger funding shortfall next year, brought on by the exhaustion of federal COVID relief funds. We, like the other agencies, have been using these COVID relief funds to cover drops in fare revenue following lower ridership levels post-pandemic. But really, thanks to a variety of factors, delayed hiring, efficiencies, kind of some hedging against expected increased costs, we expect to be able to get through 2026 without really hitting that fiscal cliff, at least deep into the fourth quarter, and depending on sales tax revenue next year, possibly all the way through fiscal year 2026. That's really the good news on our budget. The bad news is that in 2027, we expect a budget shortfall in excess of $276 million, which will grow to greater than $304 million in 2028. Without a solution coming out of Springfield on funding of public transit, not just for Metra, but PACE CTA to address the region in Northeast Illinois, really severe service cuts and other actions will be needed unless the legislature acts to address that funding shortfall. As I mentioned, the RTA required that the service boards, Metra included, increase fares by a minimum of 10% next year. We have included a proposed fare restructuring across all of our zones. The good news is that our fares are still lower than they were pre-pandemic. So while our fares are going up this year compared to last year, while we attempt to reattract and bring riders back, certainly ridership patterns have changed over the last 5, 10, and really it goes back longer than COVID. With the change in work schedules, we are continuing to try to attract riders back to our service, but fares will increase in 2026 between 13 to 15%, depending on the fare product and the number of zones traveled. Our budget for next year is just over $1.1 billion, as I mentioned. It is about $18 million or 1.7% lower than it was in the previous year. That decrease is driven largely by, as I mentioned earlier, operating efficiencies, hedges on fuel costs, and other reductions offset by inflation, contractual obligations, health insurance costs, and then just market increases on supplies and equipment. As I've reported in past years, our budget is funded by a series of sources of revenue. System-generated revenue of about $325 million. $207 million of that is fare collection. It's also funded by over $635 million, almost $636 million in regional sales tax receipts. And then the balance of our budget is funded from that federal COVID relief funding, so just over $206 million. Our capital program, and as we finalize our budget, we voted about 10 days ago to post our budget, similar to the process you go through on your public, taking public comment. We've received a lot of public comment back from the RTA board, from leadership in Springfield. We're having a series of public meetings across Northeast Illinois to receive public input. So I think our capital budget, I know our capital budget will adjust a little bit between now and when we take a final vote on that in November. But our $575 million capital program is funded by federal formula funding and discretionary grants that we pursue. Over $88 million in Illinois PAYGO funding, $100,000 in RTA transit grant. And that's split up among rolling stock, bridges, tracks, structures, so buildings, equipment, $59 million in signal and electrical communications, over $27 million in facilities and equipment, $59 million in stations and parking, and then $92 million to support our operations. One thing that I've talked about extensively is the aging infrastructure that Metra operates on. We operate on lines that are owned by several Class 1 railroads. For instance, the UP West line that comes through Geneva here is owned and operated and dispatched by the Union Pacific Railroad. So we have an agreement with the Union Pacific to operate Metra trains on their tracks, but they dispatch, they control the time slots, the flow of traffic, priority of freight during certain hours of the day, to allow us to move from Elburn into the city of Chicago. But across our system, our trains cross more than 700 bridges on a daily basis. And 236 of those bridges are more than 100 years old. We have a handful of bridges that are still made of wood. So we invest heavily in our bridges on an annual basis. We are exploring federal loan programs to accelerate that bridge rehabilitation program. Federal administration that inspects our bridges has announced the hiring of, I think it's an additional 100 inspectors who are going to increase the rate and the frequency and the number of bridges that are inspected annually. Our bridges are all compliant. Our bridges are all safe. Our trackage is safe. But I bring this point up to highlight the importance of the need to continuously reinvest in our bridges, our infrastructure. That leads to on-time performance, safe, reliable trains, consistent schedules for our commuting public. As I said earlier, we are in the process of beginning our budget public hearings. We'll have those here in Kane County on November 5th and across the region, November 5th and 6th. Our budget hearing in Kane County is November 6th from 4 to 6 p.m. You host us here in the lower level auditorium where we'll take public comment and input on our budget. People can also submit input via U.S. mail, email, or voicemail. Our investment in the capital program really covers a few different areas. A new car procurement, we have orders for over 200 new passenger cars that are out. Remanufactured locomotives, we have an order of 15 locomotives that will improve efficiency, allow us to take advantage of really simplest way to put it is better gas mileage, more efficient locomotives. It helps us control our costs on fuel. We have a zero emission train set that is in order, with the first trains set to be delivered in January of 2027. They'll be tested for about 9 to 10 months with final acceptance in 2027. Hopefully we'll be operating those in 2028. I touched on the remanufactured locomotives to improve fuel efficiency. We also have a proposed contract for battery-powered equipment. We'll be issuing a new RFP for the battery-powered locomotives sometime in the next year. Last year, we talked a little bit about the UP West 3rd main line and the work here in Geneva. That work is complete. The track, excuse me. Yeah, so the 3rd line track service went into service in August. That increased what was the double track between Peck Road and Geneva out to Crest Road. That improves on-time performance. It reduces interference with the freight trains that come through here. And as I mentioned earlier, the Union Pacific, they dispatch those train lines, and so their freight lines would frequently, depending on the time of the day or the day of the week, would take priority over passenger commuter service. The Geneva station is complete as well. There have been improvements here to the Geneva station. There are increased public announcements now being made every 2 minutes to ensure better communication about what track inbound and outbound trains are arriving on. We have updated the station announcements to identify when trains are arriving on track 3 in platform 2. We've installed electronic signage that was up and operational as of the end of September. And then we have really a pilot program to increase staffing at that station during off hours, Monday through Friday, non-peak commuting hours to improve communications with our passengers who are there in person. Another program that is affecting Kane County is the extension of the Milwaukee District West Line to Rockford. Again, as I mentioned last year, that is a project that is really being built and funded by the Illinois Department of Transportation. The Illinois Department of Transportation has asked Metra to operate that line, but that really is an IDOT program that once it's up and funded and operational, Metro will operate the trains on that line. I know recently I saw an article, like I'm sure all of you did, that the city or the village of Huntley has made some decision not to fund a station or a stop in Huntley. I think those final stations are still kind of in play. But the plan is that that line would be extended to Rockford. I don't have a time frame as to when that would be complete and implemented. Another improvement that we have implemented across the stations is the use of ticket vending machines. We have several hundred of those ticket vending machines deployed already. They are primarily at our highest volume stations across the region. We have them in Geneva. To date, there are almost 300 of those machines installed here in Geneva, Aurora. There are no ticket vending machines at National Street, LaFox, or Elburn, because of the volume that's there. I'll conclude with just kind of ridership trends. Ridership is continuing to return. We are at about, across all Kane County stations, about 77% of where we were pre-COVID. Again, we see the highest ridership on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Weekends, interestingly, some of our weekends are higher today than they were pre-COVID, just because of different events going on in the city. And so it's not uncommon for us to see 105, 110% of ridership levels on certain Saturdays and Sundays throughout the year on the weekend compared to pre-COVID. So that concludes my presentation this morning, and I'm glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions for Mr. McMahon? Sounds like a fairly comprehensive report. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry. Tom?
I was just going to make a comment and just thank you for serving Kane County in the way that you do as a director of the Metro Board. You are, and you have been, very instrumental in protecting what I would call the suburban interests for the region. And so, again, just thanking you for your service.
Thank you. I appreciate the comment. It's an interesting time. I mean, with public funding and the legislation that has been introduced, there at times seems to be a battle between the suburbs and the city of Chicago over where funding is going to go, where tax dollars are going to go. Our goal at Metro has really been to try to focus on a regional approach. It's critically important that public transportation is funded. An estimated several thousand additional vehicles would travel surface roads just from Kane County, already impacting the really overcrowded interstate system. And whether you take 88 or 290 or 294 or I-90 through Kane County, not 294, but the other ones, would have a dramatic impact on vehicle movement through the county. So it's challenging, but I appreciate the opportunity to serve specifically Kane County on the Metro Board. Thank you.
Right.
I'll just put my 2 cents with, as I usually do when you're here. Thanks for coming, Joe. Good to see you. I'm a family of 2. We're a family of 2, and my wife commutes daily, pretty much getting back to where she's commuting daily into the city to a bank. And I recognize the asset that this is. It's a very busy train off and drop her off at Fox River Grove. And it is an asset for us out here, and I'm glad that you're here to help us make sure that it stays that and hopefully improves. We do our work there because my wife works in there, but also just a fun note. I went and met her in there. I took the train in from Barrington, and we went to Coco, which was the movie with the Opera House Orchestra playing behind it while it was for the evening, and then came back. So it is not only a working tool, it's a recreational advantage for us getting in and out of the city for our family life and recreation and work And if there's something you can do about keeping cars from stopping on the tracks or whatever it is, I get texts, well, we're a little late because the car is stuck on the tracks again. I don't know what that's all about. but
Yeah, and just not vehicles on the tracks, but we're moving into the fall season. I mean, something as simple as leaves.
Leaves.
Leaves falling
Yep.
and landing on the tracks, and that creates braking issues and some increased maintenance that is required. So really a lot that goes into the railroad, but you touched on the ridership changes. We're seeing people on the weekend are really an increase in ridership for recreational and entertainment, whether it's sporting events or Lollapalooza. I almost aged myself. I couldn't really remember the name of Lollapalooza. Sporting events or cultural events or just entertainment or just shopping trips into the city. An incredible number of people use public transportation every day of the week, but especially on the weekends. And then we are seeing a return to what had been more normal historical commuting patterns Monday through Friday with the bulk of people Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But thank you.
We did. My wife is Dutch by heritage. And we went to the Netherlands, which was a bucket list. And if you want to see how a train system can operate completely electrically from wind power and efficiently, effectively clean and with great buy-in from the public, that's the place to go. It's very reassuring that public transportation is alive and well in parts of the world anyway. And hopefully we can make it more like that, where it's less time on the Kennedy and more time riding into town without the hassle of parking and everything.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Have a good day.
You too.
Finance, Ms. Young.
Finance reports are included in our committee packet. One thing I will point out is that our P card reports, you'll notice there are few transactions. And that's because we now pay Amazon by invoice rather than our P card. Are there any questions on our finance reports?
Okay, seeing none, go on to your resolution.
We have a quick point on our draft budget. So for fiscal year 2026, draft budget is also included in the committee packet. Since our last draft in August, there's been an increase of 2 million, primarily due to anticipated carryover and our Randall at Hops project. Tom will be sharing our budget highlights.
Yeah, I'm just going to mention a few different highlights. Some of this you've seen before, so I won't go over it again, but our budget is at 119 million approximately. As you know, it's primarily projects. A lot of that is maintenance, resurfacing and bridge repair, et cetera. And about 52% of that is fund utilization. I mentioned that because when you look at the overall financial status of projects, we literally have to put the monies aside in order to plan and prepare for the project. So we're actually putting the monies aside, doing engineering, land acquisition, and preparing for a project that will occur. And as we've explained at previous meetings, there is a significant shortfall. And so I want to just share that fund utilization is one of the primary ways. It's the only way that we can do projects. So about 52% of our budget is, the old term used to be cash on hand. So that's about 52% of our budget. Personnel, the Teamsters proposal, which you will be discussing today, is included within our budget. As far as non-union positions, there's no consideration at this point in time till the county board has their full consideration. We did change over 3 engineering positions to maintainer positions, and that's to highlight our desire to find significant savings that we discussed 2 months ago, where we're looking at, we're purchasing a paint truck in our upcoming budget, as well as we're going to start doing at least the paint out in the western part of the county with that paint truck and with new personnel in order to handle that. That's about a $500,000 savings annually by making that operational change. The county continues, the Division of Transportation continues to look at alternatives in order to do those types of changes. Right now, Mr. Way, our superintendent, is also evaluating crack sealing, which we believe that we can save a couple $100,000 a year, moving that internally instead of a contractor. I'll skip over the next two. The RTA sales tax, that reduction is within our budget. As we mentioned previously, it does create some shortfalls in our reoccurring annual operations and maintenance. Because of that, we've scaled back or stopped about 19 different projects, and we did not add any new projects to our budget this year. We're doing a good job saying no generally. That doesn't mean I know that Mr. Williams brought up a concern at Fabian and Hughes. We will at staff level be looking at that, and our approach right now is to see if there's low-hanging fruit ways to approach things in the short term because of our funding shortfall at this point in time. Obviously, if the consideration comes out that we have to do certain improvements, because we have probably, I think on a monthly basis, we look at about a dozen requests very similar to that. And so we are looking at trying to figure out how to balance those requests and looking at utilizing the low-hanging fruit first, but also sometimes you have to do projects. And then as far as grants, our focus on grants will be for finding whatever we can in regards to maintenance and safety funds. So that's where our budget is. That's the highlights, and that's all I have unless you have any questions on the budget component.
Okay, any questions there? May I have a motion and a second to discuss the resolution?
Roth will make the motion.
Caius second.
Okay, any discussion? Or do you want to present it?
Yeah, so this resolution authorizes execution of our collective bargaining agreement between Kane County Division of Transportation and Teamsters for a 3-year period beginning November 1st, 2025 through October 31st, 2028. The agreement includes a 3% increase each year with a Me Too provision that would capture any difference that KDOT non-union receives in cost of living if over the 3% listed in the agreement. There's also possible incentive opportunities for those who hold a Class A CDL and or tanker endorsements, which will help us to meet our operational needs. We've removed our external promotional testing and training will now be done in-house. The sick and extended sick policy now mirrors the non-union county policy. Staff recommends approval.
Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Pepe.
Except yes.
Passes.
Right, maintenance, Mr. Way.
Good morning. I know it's a long agenda, so I'm going to try and get through the report. Reports in the file. I did want to highlight a quick thing. We did paint the complex building A, B, and E. If you've driven past KDOT in the past couple of weeks, we did that too because it was fading. Concrete was starting to crack, and this paint will protect that concrete. We did receive quotes to do it outside at $95,000. We were able to paint it in-house at $13,336. So big cost savings there to do it in-house. Took about 3 weeks, but looks a lot better if you are in the area and drive by. It looks night and day difference. So, any questions on the report?
Mr. Rowe.
I don't know if this falls under maintenance, on Kirk. He had a contractor redo all the shoulders, and right now it's just temporary, paint markings. Are they gonna redo it permanently this year?
Yes, I do believe they are. That's gonna be part of the urethane. They are still doing the urethane
Okay.
marking on the 4
And that's
lanes.
fine.
So,
Winter's coming quick, so.
Next would be a resolution for the Adopt a Highways. We have 3 renewals and 2 new applicants, and staff recommends approval.
Caius would move.
Already I've lost control. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Case,
My apologies. Yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Tepe.
Deputy, yes. No.
We're
it's
just trying to
fine.
speed the meeting up since it's a long
Believe me,
agenda.
It's fine. Believe me, it's fine. Next, we have a resolution authorizing the purchase of gasoline and diesel fuel.
Leonard will move.
Roth will second.
Oh, got Caius first, sorry.
Okay.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Yes.
Nice, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Tepe.
Deputy, yes. Next, we have a resolution approving the purchase of one Maxi 500 gallon tote pumper style application striping truck for the King County Division of Transportation.
Roth will make the motion.
Williams seconds.
Williams second. This is what's gonna do the striping, guys. This is what's gonna save us money. So,
Okay.
good job. Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Nice, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Tepe.
Deputy, yes. Next is a resolution approving the purchase of 4 body and equipment packages, including installation thereof on 4 tandem axle truck cab and chassis for the Kane County Division of Transportation.
Good move.
Leonard will second.
Second. Discussion.
I would just like to add on this one and in the truck, the chassis you'll see next, there is a contingency in there of $50,000. That is because we are still being affected by the tariffs. So we put that in. I don't anticipate having to use that, but I just want to have that net there in case we do have more tariffs that come down the line.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius,
Nice, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Yes.
Tepe.
Deputy, yes. Thank you, Mr. Way. Planning and programming.
There should be
Ms.
one
Files.
more
Yeah,
resolution.
there's one more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Too fast.
Good that I have not lost control. Okay, a resolution approving the purchase of 5 2026 tandem axle truck cab and chassis for the Kane County Division of Transportation.
Leonard will move.
And second to discuss.
Nice, second.
Okay. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Nice, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Tepe.
Yes. Great. Thank you again, Mr. Way. Heidi. Ms. Files, planning and programming.
Actually, I don't have very much to report, but I will point out that we will be having a public hearing on the proposed land use assumptions that will be used in the travel demand model in the development of the impact fee program update. That public hearing is November 18th down in the auditorium, 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. We're putting out the word through Kane County Connects. We have municipal and private industry and county members on the Impact Fee Advisory Committee, and we're mentioning it at our Council of Mayors meeting. So everybody should be aware, and there's multiple ways to make comments. That's really the only thing I have to report this month.
Mr. Roth.
Heidi,
Yes,
could we get more bike maps up in the mailroom?
of course.
I've given away over 100 of them so far.
Great. Yeah, we got a lot more. No problem.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, there are new maps out, so I got a box myself. So thank you for that. Anything else? Okay, let's go on to traffic operations. Permitting, Doris. Doris.
Good morning. Our permitting report was in your packet. Before you is our executive summary. If you have any questions, I can answer those.
All right. Now we can go into traffic operations. Kurt.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can see our report there where we've highlighted a couple work tasks that kind of are above and beyond. So If you have any questions about that, let me know. I might just offer a general note about traffic operations staff this time of year. You know, road construction season is coming to a close. And so those projects that involve traffic signals, whether they're KDOT funded or permit projects are working with the traffic operations team to finalize and accept signals back to KDOT responsibility. So it is a busy pace this time of year to get things wrapped up before winter. We're also approaching the turnover of our electrical maintenance contract at the end of this fiscal year. The contract is going to a new contractor, a different contractor, I would say, Mead Electric, from the incumbent contractor. So there's a lot of legwork to get things prepared for that change coming up here. So that's what we've been working on. Again, any questions, let me know.
Any questions? All right, present your resolution. Or no, that's
It's an ordinance.
your ordinance, I mean.
Yes, the Elgin Township Highway Commissioner has asked that 6 roads that are listed on the resolution there on the township highway system be considered for a speed limit reduction. Those roads, you can see from the map there, kind of form a mini neighborhood. And they're all residential and they're all currently set at 30 miles an hour. KDOT's speed limit policy established by the county board many years ago does allow for a further reduction in the speed down to 25 miles per hour for these types of roadways. So KDOT staff didn't have any objections, and so we're recommending approval of this resolution that would establish that speed limit change into the ordinance.
Leonard, we have a motion in a second. Mr.
Roth will
Leonard?
second.
Leonard and Roth,
I have a question.
Mr. Roth.
Whose district is that in?
It's Elgin Township Highway.
Mr. Tepe is
Oh, I'm sorry.
claiming ownership, so. Okay, thank you.
I'm not sure how much of a difference it'll make, but should be interesting. Mr. Gripe?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. You may have mentioned this, but I didn't catch it. Who asked for this?
It was Jason Krabby, the Elgin Township Highway Commissioner.
Okay.
He's the one who kind of brings it up. It is those roads are in the township jurisdiction. So that's where these things really do need to start with the Township Highway Commissioner.
Do the residents know about this yet?
We haven't checked with the residents. We kind of rely on the Highway Commissioner to be more on the pulse of that, I suppose.
So I suppose somebody might want to give them a heads up, so.
I might add that Elgin Township, Mr. Krabby is in direct communication with almost all of the residents in the unincorporated areas that are affected by roads. He does a phenomenal job in that area. While I'm also adding that want to add the cooperation between KDOT and the townships is also very commendable. I know that they're looking forward to the striping machine and hoping to be able to take advantage of that. Okay. So again, the cooperation between the townships and KDOT on the roads is really commendable, really is.
Could I add one more note on that? This is getting this resolution into the ordinance would be the first step. The next step would then unlock the ability to post the road. So, you know, both those features obviously have to be in place before it becomes enforceable. So just one other note on that.
Yeah. Mr. Kreis.
Not to muddy the water or anything, because live in a municipality, but ours are posted 30 and people go 35. So I'm all for, I see that the posted 25, they'll go 30. So I think it's a safety issue. Maybe just because I'm older, but slow is better.
We've noticed.
Hey.
I couldn't. No, I did not. Sorry, I'll withdraw that comment.
You know, this is public. I can go listen to it.
I know.
Iqbal,
Yes.
Caius,
Yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Tepe.
Jennifer, good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to inform everyone this morning that KDOT was selected for 2 projects for HSIP funding. We got two separate projects selected. One of them is to continue our installation of the recessed reflective pavement markers, and another project to provide some safety improvements on Allen Road between Whittemire and Briar Hill. So this HSIP funding is a 90% federal funding, only requiring a 10% match. So KDOT was very pleased to be accepted for 2 of those grant awards.
Go ahead, present your resolution.
Work continues at the Bunker Road Extension project as we head into winter. There is a road closure right now along La Fox Road for about a month while the contractor builds the tie-in for the new road. This slide also shows Bunker Road Extension project site. These photos are showing some soil being tested after kiln dust was added. This is a known soil stabilization technique used to stabilize silty soils, and we definitely have a lot of those in this area. The Allen Road Culvert Replacement Project is now complete. Construction crews had to work carefully around those ComEd overhead lines that you see in the bottom right photo. So that was a tricky project that we were able to get done this summer. And our 2025 county paving patrol is also nearing completion. These photos show finishing work like shoulder stone and ADA ramp improvements adjacent to the newly surfaced road.
Okay, go ahead. Your resolution.
Our first resolution this morning is for an engineering agreement with Crawford, Murphy and Tilley for Phase 1 professional engineering services. This Phase 1 study will look at extending French Road to Harmony Road or Harmony Road to French Road between Illinois 72 and Allen Road. Staff recommends approval of an engineering agreement in an amount not to exceed $1,711,364.
Also make the motion.
I second.
Discussion, please. Roll call.
Iqbal,
Yes.
Caius,
Guys, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Tepe.
Yes. Next.
This next resolution is describing our improvement at Kirk at Douglas with Aldi Incorporated. Aldi was awarded $2 million of economic development program funds. This was an incentive for job development, the expansion of their corporate offices, and improvements to the intersection of Kirk at Douglas. Staff coordinated with Aldi to develop the agreement that's attached to this resolution, which requires Aldi to deposit all construction funds with Kane County in advance of the construction bid opening so that KDOT does not have to expend any county funds to accomplish this project. Also, as part of this resolution, Aldi has requested a permanent full access to the east side of Kirk Road at Douglas Road. Staff recommends approval of both the attached agreement as well as the major access permit for Kirk at Douglas.
Leonard will move.
Roth, a second.
Discussion, please.
A question.
Roth.
Is that 2 million going to cover all of it?
Right now, it does.
Okay,
Right
so
now
keep
it
our fingers
does.
crossed.
Keep our fingers crossed for low bids.
Okay, thank you.
Good answer. Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Yes.
Guys, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Yes.
Tepe.
Tepe, yes. And your last one.
This is the last one that I have, and it is for Randall at Hops. As part of this intersection realignment and grade separation project, some existing ComEd transmission towers need to be relocated and lifted for the grade separation over the CNRR. These facilities are located within ComEd's easement, so the relocation costs are the responsibility of Kane County. ComEd has requested an advance deposit of $1 million to initiate phase 2 engineering and the procurement of material that have long lead times in order to maintain the expedited schedule of this project. The current estimated project cost of relocating the 4 transmission towers is $7 million. So additional payments in the amount of $6 million are expected in the future. Staff recommends approval.
Roth will make the motion.
Caius, second.
Okay, discussion, please.
Question. Are we on the hook for the other 6 million?
We are.
Okay, and over what time period?
Right now, ComEd is giving me an estimated timeline of about a year.
Okay,
So I expect a $3.5 million payment at the beginning of next year and another $3.5 million
and of
payment.
course, we have it in the bank, right?
I believe we do.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah, I'll just answer, Tom Rickard. We do have that. Again, the fund utilization, which I explained a little bit earlier. We have to have those monies set aside in order to continue forward with the project. Those funds are set aside, as well as the budget includes our ability to pay in FY 26, that additional 6 million.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Okay, roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Pepe.
Pepe, yes.
Passes.
We need to go into executive session. Why don't I'm going to move reports being placed on file, but I need a motion in a second.
Caius would ask for unanimous consent to put the reports on file. Is that it?
Yes. No problem.
Well, we've got to put everything, well, yeah, let's do reports on file. Go ahead. Follow any objection?
Any objection?
No objection. Can I, would it be appropriate to ask Jennifer a question about one of the projects she discussed at this point?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. By the way, great report. I was wondering on the LaFox Road improvement. I drove by there recently before they closed it down. And I've noticed that it looked like they're building 2 access coming east out of that area. One is going to be heading to the south on LaFox Road. One would be heading to the north, kind of a duh. But I'm going back to Mr. Williams' traffic issue. I wonder if we're creating the same kind of issue there, because if I'm turning right, it's hard for me to turn my head all the way left. I don't know if there's going to be a signal there or something, but we might be creating 2 problems in the future unless we have some kind of a signal at that intersection.
Yeah, that's a right in, right out. So you will not be making left turns off of there. If we're talking about the same area where the new connection of the extended Bunker Road ties into LaFox.
Right.
Yeah, I can look at the geometry with you, but we're not creating a skewed intersection angle there.
Right. Good. Just didn't want to do that again. So thank you.
Just as a comment, whenever you have a road that's not coming in at a 90-degree angle, even if you have a traffic light there, it creates issues. We have that situation at Hops Road and Randall Road. Okay, and that's hopefully going to be improved with the improvement there at Randall and Hops. Okay, we've placed reports on file. May I have a motion and a second to go into executive session?
Williams moves to go into executive session to discuss current or pending litigation.
Caius, second.
Acquisition.
Acquisition of and the
land
acquisition of property.
Leonard will second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Iqbal. No, all right. Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth, Williams,
Yes.
Pepe.
Pepe, yes. Okay.
All right, everybody online, please accept the invites. A reminder to those in the room, if you have joined Zoom, you must exit Zoom before we can go into closed session.
Yes.
So this is land acquisition and some legal.
Basically land act.
What's that?
Finalizing some numbers.
Deb, your phone is connected to YouTube or Zoom.
I'll be happy to do that. Sorry.
I think the word's litigation, sorry. Potential litigation. Right over my head.
Is that good? Sorry.
Yeah, you could just do it. We only have 2 slides, so it shouldn't be too complicated.
Mr. Shipper, how's it
Covered that. Never really.
There you go. Thank you. 11s, 12s. 13.
All right, you are in open session.
Buddy, roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Caius present.
Leonard,
Leonard here.
Roth,
Roth here.
Here.
Doherty, Tepe.
Debbie here. Okay. I need a motion and a second to discuss a resolution approving the preliminary compensation appropriations for the acquisition of real property for Randall Road at Hops Road intersection and CNRRR grade separation improvement project, King County, section number 19-00511-00-CH, parcel number 0001-0002, 002 TEs, 003, 003 TE, 006, 006 TE, and 008.
Roth will make the motion.
Who's?
Leonard will second.
Leonard seconds.
A couple extra zeros in there.
Yeah.
Pardon? Yeah,
That's fun to
Any
do.
second? Any discussion?
No.
Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth,
Roth, yes.
Yes.
Tepe.
Step yes. Okay. I need a motion and a second to discuss a resolution approving the acquisition of real property for Kirk Road over Union Pacific Railroad Company. Tracks, Geneva, Illinois, Kane County, section number 12-00192-04-BR, parcel number 008.
Caius moved.
Caius moves.
Roth will second.
Leonard seconds.
Okay, Leonard.
Any discussion?
Done.
Roll call, please.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Caius,
Caius, yes.
Leonard,
Leonard, yes.
Roth, Williams,
Yes.
Tepe.
Steffi, yes. Any new business to discuss?
Nope.
Good.
Roth will make a motion for adjournment.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let me get my stuff out of here first.